cancer, and she went through the whole thing, and like she is, and she's one of my favorite people. Love her to death.
And he did pass eventually?
Huh?
Did he pass away eventually? Or
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone, and she's. I think he's gone. Damn, I want to say it's got to be close to 10 years.
Okay.
He's gone.
All right, it's been a while, but still.
And so I run into her every once in a blue moon. I actually set her up with somebody. I actually set my friend up. I said, you need to go. I'm like, this is one of the best human beings I know. And I'm telling, like, because we had met. I was at a charity event with him, and Jody was there. She was there. And she's beautiful. She's cool.
Well, it's been established.
But at the same time.
Setups, we all know that.
What'd you say?
It's been established you're not good at setups, so.
I'm pretty great at setups. But I even knew going into this, like, nobody's feeling. Her husband's name was Jeff. We were like family, like his father's my Uncle Carmine, that whole thing, right? And so we were like family. I know she's like one of the coolest people I know, but nobody's going to fill Jeff's shoes. Nobody will ever fill Jeff's shoes. So I told my buddy, I was like, listen, she's awesome. Proceed with caution. You're never going to. And they ended up hitting it off. They went out a bunch of times, friends, and now they're friends. They just kind of hang out and no.
So you're 0 for 2. Gotcha.
That was a good
What are you laughing at? Peck ahead.
That was a good one. Did she did they also bang someone on the cruise?
But anyway, now you're cutting deep. Now you're cutting deep. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this. Anyway.
I know, I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, she obviously is going to want, and she deserves love. And it's not like she's going to be, that whoever is there is second place or anything in your situation. Because
100%.
Because, I mean, but that person's always going to have a special place.
Right, but like, I don't think anybody's going to ever feel like, because I'll ask her, I'm like, you dating anybody? She's like, you know. She's trying to find him again, and it's never gonna. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna. It's never gonna happen.
It's gonna take a while.
It's never gonna happen. But I'm reading this article. I'm like, I immediately thought of her because I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, we'll get married, but you're never gonna be him.
And is it weird?
That's definitely weird.
It's because it's weird in general, for sure. But because you know the individual situation with your friend, would you have the same energy there? Would it be weird?
You lost me.
Because you kind of have to. In other words, it's like reading that news story, that's weird. It's completely weird. Everybody agrees. But because you have such a close friend in a similar situation, would you still think that's weird?
She would be wrong, because I feel like this.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to move on from the husband that passed so much, like you feel like you need to wear that ring to stay connected, you're not ready to to commit to somebody else.
You're right.
You're not ready to be with somebody else.
You're right.
And you may never be ready to be with somebody else. And you know what? You're lucky to have been that in love. My wife dies, I'll be, in love again in like a month and a half. Once all the paperwork is filled out and everything else and the insurance checks come in, I'll be ready for love again.
None of this is true. I believe nothing of it. You're all talk and no action. I told you about my ex in that situation, right? I mean, that's just because he's cheap. Maybe not sentimental.
Didn't he give you the same engagement ring he gave somebody else or something?
That's what you're doing. There it is. No, he started dating the other chick, and then they were going to get married, and they used her ex-husband, like she was married before, and that ring from her ex-husband they used for the wedding ring. Like, so he didn't have to buy
the ring that her ex-husband gave her.
And that they got married.
He reused and was like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What I don't know.
This guy is something else, boy. My God, what are you a magnet for?
Are you holding out for another one of him?
No, is that what? No. I'm afraid of not seeing all the red flags because I'm all head over heels. So I refuse to be that ridiculous again. I can't. I won't.
What are you a magnet for?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Do you understand the level of psycho that you just explained?
Yeah.
This guy cheated on you with some chick.
Yeah.
But she's super rich.
Yes.
Right? They end up wanting to get married, but he doesn't want to buy a ring. No. And so he's totally okay with reusing her ring from the first marriage.
Yes.
That's a serial killer.
I don't know if it's a serial killer.
That's a psychopath.
But hold on, which is worse? Him being that cheap and not wanting to and not giving a crap. Getting married to someone that you don't give a crap enough. That
The whole thing is nuts.
But also her being okay with it. How does she
But
not demand?
here's your takeaway. Because I'm always looking to find the sunshine at the end of,
Sure.
She's missing the same red flags that you missed.
That's true.
Yeah. But I also think in this situation, the money is the power situation. Like, my ex had more money than I did. So I was kind of like, we split halvesies, and if I didn't have it, I have to owe him. And there was a tab and a list.
What?
Through our
That's
whole marriage.
insane, Monica.
I'm saying, so he had the power.
You could do that? I didn't know that.
Apparently so. And then so she has the money. So maybe he's karma-ing right now, and maybe there's halvesies and he owes her. I have no idea. It's none of my business, and I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the power dynamic is different than it was in our marriage.
You had to take out loans with your husband. That's hilarious.
I did. And I remember, I'll never forget.
2.5 interest.
When we were
Right.
getting divorced.
You better pay the VIG every week, bitch.
Yeah.
or I'm breaking a leg.
But do you understand and this is him. But I'm being so nice to you because I'm not charging you any interest. It's just as is. So it was such a gaslighting.
Was he joking, though?
No, it was a gaslight. Because I'd be like,
That's
what are
so
we doing?
funny.
Why are we doing halvesies here? And then when I was in school, he would say he's being extra, extra nice because I would get the student discount. So if the bill was $25, I would only owe him $20, and that was the student discount.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Yeah.
You
And
didn't mention that part.
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah.
turned around here.
And so I was like, oh, okay. And then, so then at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just grateful that I owe 25 and there's no interest. So
Would you go to have sex and be go, oh, you got time for sex, but not time to make my money back?
Yeah.
it was very stressful, and it was just always over my head, and I hated it always being. I remember when we were getting divorced, and a different car I had at the time, and it didn't have an air conditioning. And this was before anything was filed, and we were kind of like, the air conditioner broke in the car, and I was trying to scrape together money to try and get it fixed or whatever. And then out of the blue, like probably 2 days before I got filed, he said, he's like, I'm paying for this. This is ridiculous. It's Florida. You should have to have air conditioning. And this was very unlike him. He's never done anything like this before. Like, what's happening? He paid to get it fixed. And then, like 2 days later, I not only do I get the divorce papers, but I get the tab of the air conditioning that he paid. It was like almost $400 or something that I owed him money because he paid to get my air conditioning fixed.
And you paid it like a schmuck.
No, here's the thing. I started paying on. I didn't want to owe. When we're done, I didn't need any more debt. So I was like, I didn't want to be in the hole to him. So I paid like $100 of it or something. And then one of the last days I ever saw him, he goes, and Monica, and all in this people, and Monica, I just want you to know, I'm wiping out the entire tab. There is no more tab. And in my head, I was so grateful because I owed him this money, and it was just hanging over my head, and I didn't have any money. I'd say it was a total, including the with the additional couple $100 of the AC, is probably like, it was under $1,000. It was probably like 800 or so. And I was like, thank you.
God.
And I was so happy. Because you don't understand the relief that was for me.
As much as you and I can go at each other's throats, I want to kill him. Like, I want to punch him hard.
But then,
but
JP, he was nice enough
but I don't
to
even
erase
know
the
him.
tab.
That's
Huh?
true.
He was nice enough to erase the
No,
tab.
but, like,
a good
I don't
point.
even know him. And I understand I'm only getting one side of the story.
Yes.
But I believe you.
I'm not lying.
It's
These
not
are
like I
facts.
think, because some of this stuff, I got to be honest with you, and I'm not. It's not a knock. Like, neither one of us are creative enough to make this stuff. These
I was
stories
just
up.
thinking that. I go, well, I don't think she's that creative to think
No,
of these
none of
elaborate
us are.
stories. Yeah.
None of us are.
I definitely
That
want to point
guy,
out
man.
this is not opinions. I'm not trashing him for my opinion, like what a loser. I've never said any
Yeah.
of that. All I'm saying are facts that actually happened in the past.
Did you just end up with him because it was being saved from your mom?
No, I was on my own. I was a strong, independent woman, Monica, when I met him. And he was living in his parents' basement. So he was he was amazed that I was 24 years old or 23 when I met him. And how did I have my own apartment? How did I pay my own bills and have a job? And he was so amazed by it.
Did he ever, and be honest, because I know the gut is to just kind of knock him. Did he have like a giant schlong?
No, it wasn't small. It wasn't big. It was an average. It was not that at all.
But he was like fat and hairy and everything, wasn't he?
That was my type. I liked a dad bod and maybe a little bit heavier with all the hair all over. And
Oh my God.
I don't know why I liked that, but I did. I don't like that anymore at all.
I don't know.
He had beautiful blue eyes, and he was I can't stress this enough. Hysterically funny. He was very, very funny.
Yeah, with all the stuff he got you to do, you're right. This guy was awesome.
I find it to be hysterical, to be quite honest with you. Anger-inducing, yet and so funny, all at the same time.
He goes to his bars with his boys. He's like, so then I told her she's getting the student discount. And I cut $5 off that bitch.
And they're like, get out of here, bro. No way. Like, I'm telling you.
And she fell
I'm
for
telling
it?
you.
She was happy? What?
Look, I have the receipt right here.
You made her pay for her own nachos? You guys have been married for 7 years.
Yeah, that's just the way.
I got hand in my relationship, bro.
Yeah.
Please understand, I knew that's all I knew. That was my life. And I didn't really understand the full capacity of how weird it was until I stepped way out of it, until I had some distance.
Until you met us.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Until I was like, you know what? Maybe that was, I knew it was weird, but I didn't know how weird. It's my life.
Jesus.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And the Monica you know now, how that is not getting
That's
put up.
what's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
but that is what is the most mind-boggling part.
Yeah, I had to.
But I
consider
almost wonder if that almost like feeds your anger a little bit.
it. What?
Like not your anger. It feeds kind of like there were so many red flags that you missed.
Yes.
And now I think you're kind of finding flags where flags don't even
know.
exist, but you're just erring on the side of caution.
That's it. I would happily admit to that. Like, yeah, I am very strict in my thoughts towards men, and not what I'm willing to not put up with, because I'm not doing that again. Ever,
Right.
ever.
And would you admit that maybe that bar is a little bit too high?
Yes, I will admit it's very, very high, and it's going to be like one or maybe two men on Earth that are going to meet that bar.
Right.
I'm with you there.
So you're cool with dusty vagina.
Not cool with dusty vagina. I'm less cool with putting up with crap that I don't want to put up with.
Right.
It's, I call all the shots now. I owe
but
nobody
you know what,
money. It's me.
But your next relationship doesn't have to be, as you would say, your forever. Yeah, like you can go and get it, and then if you learn, let it go. If the flags start popping up, the good news is you have this here radio show. We'll be like, yeah, nope, he's got to go
Did
next.
not have that before. You're 100%
You know,
right about that.
We'll tell you we'll make sure you know all the flags. We'll hit you in the forehead with a flare gun if that's what you need. It's not a problem.
I obviously do. I don't know what my problem was. I was young too. In my defense, I was 23 when I met him, and I just like.
I got you, but you were with him for 20 years.
But I just loved into it. You know what I mean? And by the time I'm 30, it's
right. But stop paying for your nachos.
I know.
All the like romance novels you read and stuff growing up to that time, you never once read one that was like, yeah, and then he made me pay for the nachos. And you're like, well, that's the norm, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody does, right? Oh,
Come on, girl.
God damn it.
ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
All right.
I got my own ring, though. That bitch didn't. What?
What'd you say?
I said I got my own damn new spanking ring.
You lost the battle, won the war. Yeah.
Did you sell the ring?
I did I didn't for the longest time because I was very sad about it. Believe it or not, I was very, very sad. It was my most prized possession, and then I needed a down payment for a new car, Red Hopesters, and I sold it, and it was my down payment, and we were good to go.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what was the ring worth?
I don't know what it was worth. I think he paid. I know how much he paid, and I know how much I got for it. Which one do you want?
What did he pay for it?
Just over $8,000.
Okay, he spent the chunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
He spent the chunk.
He was lucky because I said I want just under a carat because my hand's too small for like obnoxious jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you even asked for a specific kind of stuff. I don't even need diamonds. It could be like just get a pebble from the park and put it on. Like, that's all I need. I don't need diamonds.
I love how you're shaking your head. I not only said I don't want a full carat, which to him he was happy about, but I also said you could also just settle with sapphires. I love sapphires if you can want to do some sort of sapphires.
Settle with sapphires.
Jesus Christ. This prick. 125 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning.
Our annual Memorial Day Sales Marathon is on now at every Crown Automotive dealership.
Now is positively the best time to buy or lease that new car, truck, or SUV.
New models are in stock and available for delivery today. Or shop Crown's massive selection of pre-owns, all with special Memorial Day weekend offers.
The Crown countdown clock is ticking.
Today is the last day. Get to to the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice now. The better way to buy and service.
This is a cat named Mo for Crunch Fitness. This Memorial Day weekend, you can join for only $1. Get 30 days free going on May 23rd through the 31st only. You go to crunch.com and enter the code HERO, and memberships will start at $9.99 a month. It's time to be your hero with world-famous group fitness classes and all the strength and cardio equipment you need at more than 500 locations nationwide. This Memorial Day weekend, join for only $1. You get 30 days free. It's the 23rd through the 31st only. Go to crunch.com and enter the code HERO. Time to get crunched. Offer ends 5/31.
Now is the time to check your homeowner's insurance and ensure that you're covered before the next storm hits. Italiano Insurance can help give you that peace of mind. Even if your mortgage company doesn't require flood insurance, your home could still be at risk for flood. And now's the time to make sure your family is fully protected. Call 813-877-7799 or visit ItalianoInsurance.com today. Italiano Insurance, serving our community for over 60 years.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now, I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Raise deals are here, and they're so good, even Raymond is buying. Drive a new Kia Sportage, just $479 per month. Or a new Kia Telluride, just $379 a month. Don't miss out. Claim your raise deal today. Sportage, $479 per month. Telluride, $379 a month. At Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service. Call 1-800-371-0942 for complete details.
Hey, what's happening? It's EJ Gregg for Achieva Credit Union. Right now, you can get an auto loan with free gap coverage that's worth $449. If you had a vehicle that was totaled during one of the storms and the insurance company did not give you what it was worth, put your hand up. That money right there, that's the gap that we're talking about. The amount you owe on your car versus what the insurance company will actually give you for it. Achieva is providing free gap coverage with all car loans and refinances with an insurance premium of $449. Here's the best part. You ain't even got to be an Achieva member to take advantage of this offer. Achieva always has significantly low auto loan rates, making this the perfect time for you to secure a competitive loan with gap coverage. This is happening right now for a limited time. Visit any branch or call 1-844-231-5905. That's 844-231-5905. Free guaranteed asset protection is included with eligible auto loans. Visit AchievaCU.com for details. Achieva is federally insured by the NCUA.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hey, Bay Area, Randy here. During the Summer Starts Here sales event now through Memorial Day, we've got nearly 1,000 RAV4s, Tundras, I'm looking at Tacomas, Camrys, Corollas. Select new models with smoking hot prices and low leases available. Plus, it costs less to own a new Toyota with 4-year maintenance included. Get to Sun Toyota before Memorial Day, because when you make it Sun Toyota, we make it happen. Call 800-369-3367 for more details.
Toyota.com.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's JP 105 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. Speaking of dirty deeds, Deion Sanders is lying out of his ass. Neither one of you guys see this when he did the podcast he did?
Yes.
He said he never played with himself?
100% lying.
Well, we don't know that.
Monica.
There's
He's
no way
lying.
you can say for sure. It's physically impossible for you to know that.
No, if he has a penis, he's definitely played with it.
Just because you
It's
can't
fact.
control yourself,
It's
and
fact.
a lot of people can't control yourself, doesn't mean that every single guy can't control themselves.
I'm not saying you can, but as a kid, when you're growing up and you're figuring how you're figuring out how your plumbing works, of course you did. He was on a podcast. He told Mandy B and Wheezy WTF. They have a podcast called Decisions or something like that, and they were talking about. He said, "quote I've never in my life pleasured myself. God is my witness in Jesus' name." Man, you just lied to Jesus.
If he said that, why wouldn't you believe him?
Because
there's no such thing as a man that never pleasured himself.
That's not true.
Right.
And also, what's his end game?
It's
What-
so
I'm
true
gonna play-
that
I'm going to play with myself on the way home.
Yeah. It's so true that Kanye was pleasuring his cousin. It's just a thing we do. We pleasure ourselves.
That's weird too. But but what is his end game? Is saying I never, swear to God, whatever, that I never did that. What's he gets nothing more or less.
You ready for the next sentence? He said, "I'm telling you the God's honest truth. My next statement is going to sound arrogant. Quote, I never had to."
So then you have to believe him even more. If people were
As a
throwing themselves.
As a teenager, when you're figuring out how your plumbing
Was
works.
he on the football team when he was in school? Because
Monica,
don't act like everybody didn't want to bang the football players
Right,
because
but
they
when you're
did.
12 and 13 years old and you know how that feels, I mean,
Maybe
come
he
on.
didn't. Maybe that's too young for him.
Why do you have to find you? I love how you give the benefit.
That's what I'm saying.
of the doubt.
I'm not even I'm believing the words that he said after he swore to Jesus or whatever. I'm taking him at his word. Why is that such a weird thing?
Over this? Over masturbation?
Yes.
Do you have anybody in your life that you know that has never masturbated?
I don't. How does that talk to people about? Maybe, and I just don't know because I never
Do
asked.
Do you?
Maybe.
That have never done it? That have never played with themselves?
Never.
I don't know why you think it's impossible. I guess that's weird to me. Like, why is that impossible?
Curiosity. Everyone's going to at some point.
Listen.
Now,
Right,
are
when
you
you're
going to
a
get addicted
kid?
to it? That could be a no, but everyone's
Right.
going to do it at least once.
You can't. It's like when people say everyone likes pizza. No, they don't. But you just a
This
lot
is
of
not
people
the same
do.
as saying everybody likes pizza.
What I'm saying is people, just because they know a lot of people and maybe 99% of the people or whatever, doesn't mean everyone. There's no way.
This is human nature.
But it's not necessarily, especially if he didn't have to. If he had an outlet. Let me ask you this. When you were 17 or 16 or 15 or whatever, and you had an outlet where you didn't have to do that and someone else was going to handle your business for you, why would you? You would go take the real thing.
But when I was 12,
Not
when you
everybody
first
when they were
starting
12.
you start figuring out how. When were you? What were you playing with, a brush or rolling down the
Never
stairs?
until
What were you
was
doing?
until I was almost 16 years old did I even know anything about anything.
And then what happened when you started?
It was then it accidentally happened in a weird way, and then
And then what?
I didn't do it again for a while because I was. Yeah, this is gonna sound. I don't. You know what? This is gonna
got
sound
scared?
No, I got it. It just wouldn't stop. Over and over and over and over.
Oh.
I was like, I don't want to spend all night doing that again. So I'm just not going to do it in the first place.
Let me
Shut up.
let me summon my inner Monica.
Shut up.
Oh, good for you.
Listen, I didn't control it. It just happened. I don't know if it was pent up or if it was. I don't know. All I know is so then because that happened that way, I didn't do it again. So my point is, it's possible to not do that. You guys are acting like it's impossible.
Possible? Yes. Probable?
Okay, I'll give you that. It's improbable, but it doesn't mean
Okay.
I believe what he's saying. I don't see any benefit to him lying here.
There's a comedian, Kurt Metzger. I don't know if you've ever heard about him, but he grew up like religious. and he talks about how he was not allowed to pleasure himself when he was growing up. And he goes to the crowd, "You know what happens to a man when he does not pleasure himself?"
No.
And the crowd's quiet. He goes, "Exactly, nothing. No one knows because it never happened in the history of life."
All right.
I absolutely still did that. No, there's no such thing. Maybe with a woman. A guy, absolutely not. We're perverts.
I don't like that
We're
distinction
perverts.
either.
We're perverts.
Girls can be perverts too. Trust me when I tell you. I think it's just a matter of individual. And yes, a lot of people they find out and they like it and they keep doing it. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
but guys are bigger perverts. We could agree on that.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know about that.
What?
Thank you.
Even the engineer's shaking his head.
No, he's looking at you and shaking his head, saying you're wrong.
Guys are more
not
perverts.
bigger
That's why they have a gay dating app that's just turned into guys banging each other.
There's girl. Are you telling me there's no lesbian girl porn?
No, I didn't say porn. I say dating app.
There's lesbian dating apps. All I'm saying is I don't like that generalization because I know some very kinky, pervy, twisted girls. And I know, do you?
Yeah.
Give example. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't
I'm
believe
not giving you names.
I don't need names. I need the kink.
Oh, there's all kinds of look. First and foremost, not that this is crazy kinky or anything, but you know how what turns me on is an Adam's apple. Like that's not your usual average everyday turn on, and I will get weak in the knees for an Adam's apple and a guy talking or eating and it's moving up and down.
Yeah, you know what my turn on is? A girl talking to me. That's how basic. I get
That's a
shoved
turn
up.
off.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah.
I just need you looking at me and smiling. That's a turn on. Then you start talking. You're like, oh, God damn it.
So then you're saying you're walking around
I was
every
at
day,
a-
all day,
dude,
just getting turned on because
I was
girls are
in the-
talking to you.
I was in the car and at a dinner table with two 17-year-old girls last night, my daughter and her friend. There was a period of time where I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, I want to kill myself. We're driving home. I'm like, I told my daughter, I'm like, you're not going to shut up this whole time, huh? You're just going to keep on.
Stuff to say. People got stuff to say. Damn it.
Oh, my God.
What are you and your 17-year-old friends just sitting there staring off into space or talking?
I know. It was just a lot.
It is a lot.
It was an onslaught of teen girl talk. It was brutal.
That's important stuff.
Nicole's always trying to get me to go hang out and like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my aunt. And I was like, oh, and her daughters, and now there's like 6 girls I got to hang out with. I'm good. And she gets mad. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
You are in a household of girls.
Yeah, that's what I say. I already have 3 different emotions I have to deal with at any given time during the day at the house.
And
I'm going to add to that? No,
Then
that's
they're all
crazy.
going to sync up on their periods when they're older, and you're just screwed, dude. Hate to say
It's
it.
just 1 week I'm just out the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, JP needs me in New York. I got to go. I'll be back in a week.
Diz, what was the thing you were saying before that was going to freak Monica out?
Oh, with the sex toys.
What about it?
Oh.
You ever
Speaking
have a
of playing
fear
with yourself.
of you use them and they could overheat and cause a fire?
Why is it overheating? What am I doing? What's happening
Well,
down
if you
there?
were a pervert, you know why it's overheating.
He makes a point. He makes a point.
No, I don't. But I don't have any. One charges via plug, but nothing. I don't think I have anything electronic that would be. I'm assuming it's electronic, or am I just
Yeah.
frictioning so bad?
Oh, yeah, maybe that too. That'd be hot. Cause a little fire down there.
Yeah, or am I just frictioning so bad? But it was the hand moment the
sorry.
hand movement that went along with it. That was priceless.
My bad.
What about plugging it in and then it's just in an outlet that's too hectic and it causes a fire?
There's a fire.
And
Oh
the
my
fire
god.
people come and they see they found a big black penis. And you have to explain, no. That his name's Bob. It's
Hold
not.
on. I am not explaining anything. Don't act like you don't like it. You can say and help me, or you can shut up and go away. Don't judge. I'm old.
So what happened? Where did it catch on fire, Diz?
Oh,
What's
this
the
was,
story?
to be honest, this was just a guy lit it in his backyard. I don't know why he did it. He's just like, hey, I lit it up in the backyard.
He just took a sex toy and set it on fire.
Set them on fire in the backyard. But I was like, what if it
Why?
just caught on fire? He's probably not all. Honestly, the article doesn't do a deep dive into why he did. He's just like, well, I lit it in the backyard.
He's
And
what happened?
It spread in multiple houses and cars there.
I was gonna say, why is this a news story?
Yeah.
Okay, now it makes sense. And how many houses did he burn down?
It said multiple houses. So at least more than 2, I feel like.
How the hell does that happen?
Well, fires.
If it's in the grass, maybe
Man
he
was
did, like,
arrested. Here it is. After he allegedly admitted to lighting sex toys on fire in his backyard, causing a blaze that spread multiple houses and cars across the area. The fire started at 1 p.m. Wednesday. According to police.
Imagine if that's how the LA fire started. That was just one
nobody's ever
person's
fire.
sex toy.
I was in the backyard at my house. I lit 2 sex toys on fire. He's telling the cops. This was a
Two of
heavy,
them.
deep, and the cops say this is a heavy, deep-seated fire that necessitated the use of, where is it? Of 3 alarms. So they had, oh my God.
Yeah.
New York City Fire Department had to send.
Why did he have to say sex toy? Couldn't he just said I started a fire in the
He could have
backyard?
said anything.
Yeah, I
The
don't
outlet
mean,
reported that one of the 2 sex toys was a rubber vajayjay, but the other one was unidentified.
What kind of toy is that they can't be like, I don't even know what this is.
Right.
What is this used for?
Like, what did this guy, like, what was this guy doing to himself, right? And he caught himself in the mirror, and the shame just completely overtook him so bad where he had to go start a fire in the backyard
Yeah.
just to burn the shame away.
the shame is real. That's funny.
Get rid of the evidence, yeah.
And now, is he going to get, like, I mean, is he going to go to, like, that's arson, I guess? Is it arson?
That's arson for sure.
Is he going to have to go to jail?
No, arson has got to be purposeful.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
an
it does?
accident, yeah.
This is going to be, I mean, I don't see him walking away scot-free. He was arrested. You're right.
No.
Torres was arrested in slippers and a blue bathrobe and charged with 4th-degree arson, 2nd-degree reckless endangerment, and 4th-degree criminal mischief.
Multiple counts for that guy.
Yeah, it says arson could be with or without intent.
I thought it was with intent as well. And that's why it's 4th degree. And it's not like, I think 1st degree would be like, you
Yeah.
set this.
It could be like negligence. You flick the cigarette into like dry brush. That's still on you, dog.
And multiple
Right.
houses, I think, does that come into play? Like, if it's just his backyard, that's one thing, but.
How
he
about the
involved other
people that are now homeless because he had to burn a rubber vagina and something else in the backyard? How about that?
And
Get
then
out of here. You and your family are homeless? What happened? You're not going to believe this one.
My
A
neighbor.
jerk off next door neighbor burned his dildo in the backyard and
In his rubber vagina.
Sent the neighborhood on flying.
Fire crotch, like literally.
Oh my God.
Poor guy. I mean, not poor. I mean, I get it. Poor everybody involved, but I don't think, maybe there was, but I don't feel like there was ill intent there. I feel like he just was doing his own thing in his backyard, and now this is his life.
Right, but that don't mean he's not going to get in trouble.
Yeah, apparently so. When you go to court and the bailiff is
Maybe
like,
Dion will retire his number. Put it in the stadium next to
might
his
as well,
son.
before everybody else? Yeah, sounds right. Sounds right, Dion. I believe Dion. Justice for Dion.
No,
Yep.
not at all.
Dion is right, and shame on people who just want to be pervs.
We're realists. It's not even about being a perv. It's you had to have checked it out at some point.
Once.
We don't know that. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't just say, I've only had to do that once. And then after
Makes
that.
for a better story to be like, I've never done it.
Right.
Praise the Lord. Shut up, bro.
I think his wife probably saw this headline. She's like, boy, you lying.
Yeah.
Why are you lying on that? Why are you lying on that podcast?
That's true. Like, so I'm thinking of when he was younger. Like, never since he's been married, he's never had to like do it, and his wife didn't want to do it, so he had to be alone.
I remember when I was a kid, if someone accused me, whether it was my dad, like, you know you'd be doing it, I'm like, no, I don't. Shut up. I'll kill you.
Why was there so much shame
There
when
was
we were
so
kids?
much shame, but
Oh
now I'm
my-
like, 100% I used to. I'm surprised I didn't break it.
Right.
There was so much shame associated with that when we were kids. It was like if there was a rumor, you were just such
Right.
a loser.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, my socks would crack.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
meanwhile, literally everybody's doing it. If what you guys are saying is true. Meanwhile, everybody but Dion is doing it. But then why wouldn't you all band together and be like, you know what? Yeah, we do it, you guys. We should just start admitting it. There was none of that.
No.
It was shame. You were a big fat. You couldn't be more of a loser. Sorry about your luck, guys. I think if girls did it, I don't think there was shame in that when we were younger, right?
No, it's not.
No. I mean, it was
That's
just
unfair.
when we were teenagers, you just did not talk about it.
Yeah.
You did not. Then
you
you got
did
to
it.
college and be like, yeah, I'll be right out. I just got to go get one out quick, and then I'll meet you guys at the.
I got to study for 10 minutes. I got to finish this, and then I'll be out.
I'll meet you guys at the Rathskeller.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Neutral presents The Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of everything bone. Just for you. July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete.
Friday night is going to be hosted by me, John Senning, and we'll feature a live performance from my friends Matt and Zach, who will set the perfect beachside vibe as we roast a pig and party all night long. Make your plans now.
Saturday is all about the party. Pool party, games, the Bone broadcasting live, and more. Saturday night, my band Pitbull Toddler hits the stage. The night continues after with the late night pool party and songs by the bonfire. There's so much more that we have planned. We'll be telling you all about it in the coming weeks.
Book your room now by visiting theboneonline.com. And remember, even if you don't get a room, it's free to come party. The Bone Summer Beach Bash kicks off Friday, July 18th at the Sky Beach Resort. Presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer.
The accident wasn't your fault, so why should you be burdened with the medical bills? This is Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get overwhelmed by mounting medical bills. I'll fight to ensure that the responsible party pays what you're owed. Injured on the go? Don't wait. Visit justcallmo.com.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. You can say goodbye to the stress that comes along with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through May 31st, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down per $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Chloe dreams of high fives and home runs. As a two-time cancer survivor, she's already proven she's a force on and off the softball field. At Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, we believe in Chloe's dream because we share it together every step of the way. Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. All we do, all for kids.
John Senning here for Furman Ford, Clearwater's big Ford store. From social media to the evening news, everyone is talking about the Ford employee pricing sales event. If you've been waiting, trying to figure out that perfect time to buy a new truck or SUV, guess what? The time is now during the Ford employee pricing sales event. What does that mean for you, you might ask? You pay exactly what a Ford employee pays across a full line of trucks and SUVs. This is an unprecedented opportunity that's going to give you massive savings on some of America's best-selling vehicles. You need to go see Bob Murray and my friends at Furman Ford today. They've got that beautiful brand new showroom on US 19 in Clearwater, and you can always check them out online at FurmanFord.com. Furman Ford, from America, for America, and make sure you let them know that John Senning sent you.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The only thing better than a long weekend? A long weekend filled with great deals. And with Kohl's Memorial Day sale, you can get $10 off when you spend $25 or more. Earn $5 Kohl's cash for every $25 spent. And save on must-haves for soaking up the sun, from patio essentials to poolside picks and more. So hurry to Kohl's and kick off your summer with some savings. select styles. Some exclusions apply. Offers end May 26th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
And now, back to JP.
It's JP, 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. The thing that I wanted to get to, where I honestly believe that you would be on the same page with me as far as somebody that deserves to have the last breath choked out of their lungs.
Wow.
This guy was there was a flight from New York to Milan. So picture, Monica, you're on, well, you don't want to travel that far.
Nope.
You don't want to go to Italy, but all I pictured was like either me with my wife or my wife and my kids. This guy's on a plane, and this is not some spoiled first-class passenger kind of thing. The guy's sitting towards the back. And this guy loses his mind over the 4 hours into the trip. And because he didn't get the meal that he wanted and was told that he couldn't sit in an exit row because he had a baby with him, my man lost his mind and started freaking out and taking it out on the flight attendants, rushed past them, tried to break into the cockpit.
What? Okay.
Tried to break into the 4 hours into the flight. You are now officially in no man's land. You're
You're officially in prison. Like you can't do that.
Hold on. 5.5 hours away from Milan. You're 4 hours outside of New York. These people just want to go on their vacations or they want to return home. That's it. This guy decided that it said, according to passengers on board, the deranged man sitting in the back of the aircraft reportedly threw a fit when he did not receive his preferred meal and was told he couldn't sit in an exit row with a baby. Then everything escalated, and the man started charging at flight attendants and then rushed to the front of the plane where he tried to break into the cockpit. Then they started, the flight attendants started asking around if there were any police officers or army members, military, somebody that can help, subdue this guy, because there were no air marshals on the plane.
Oh, really? That was my next question. I thought that was a thing. No, they don't do that anymore?
I thought that was a thing too. I have no idea.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea. I was never able to understand how they would be able to have an air marshal on every single flight. I didn't even know we had that many air marshals, but I always thought that was something they put out there to maybe keep people in check. But anyway, so apparently there were no cops and there were no military on the flight, and the pilot decides to turn that bitch around and head all the way back to New York.
Wow.
So all these people that just want to go, now they're dealing with this lunatic who's yelling, screaming, cursing, threatening, belligerent. It doesn't say anything about him being drunk or any of that kind of stuff. And they turned around. They go back to New York. They land back in New York at 3:30 in the morning. Now, the passenger is saying, quote, this guy was still in the back of the plane, unprotected, unrestrained. The passengers were scared because they didn't know what this guy was capable of doing. Is he going to sit there and try to open up the door? They have no idea.
Wow.
Right? But there was no way to subdue him. I miss the good old days. Remember during COVID when people started being dicks, when they first started letting people fly again, and people were being dicks, and then the flight attendants were just armed with duct tape?
Well,
and other people, and they would
that's
like duct
not right
taping
either.
people's
That's not
they
the
would,
way to
well,
handle
if you're going to be belligerent and you're putting people's lives at risk.
I don't know about duct tape, but you need to someone needs to subdue, and I don't know why.
Well, that was their way to subdue people. They duct taped them to the chair.
Wow, that doesn't seem very humane.
Well, but in lieu of handcuffing and throwing in a bathroom, what are they supposed to do?
Maybe there needs to be handcuffs, and that whoever subdues them puts them in handcuffs. There's just a better alternative.
Hold on a second. Handcuffs are okay, but just duct taping them to the chair so they can't move?
Not too tight. Or like, what do you call those? Zip ties?
Yeah.
But not too tight. Like, you don't want to strangle the person with the, but I mean, zip ties was better than duct tape, if you ask me. That's just, I feel like it's a little more humane.
So anyway, this guy was in the back of the plane, unprotected, unrestrained. People were scared. There was 300 people on the plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
They end up going all the way back to New York. They land in New York at 3:30 in the morning. Then the airline did nothing for the people, right? Did nothing for the people. They weren't letting them off in the beginning. And then one woman was breastfeeding, and she wanted to know if she can go use the lounge.
Sure.
Like, this is while they're back at the airport now, because now they get back to the airport. They have to go to a gate. Cops come on. They grab this guy off the plane. But now there's no way with the rules that are in play with how long flight crews can work, that kind of thing.
Oh,
they
crap.
can't just like turn around and take back off again and go.
Yeah.
Can't do it. So now they got to wait. The woman wanted to be able to go breastfeed her child and clean up a little bit. Can I go use the American Airlines lounge? Not unless you want to pay $79.
Oh, come on.
They tell her. So now they're sitting there from 3:30 in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning before the flight takes back off again. So now they're stuck on that plane. Now they're going to leave at 11 o'clock. Add 5 hours to that. So now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Milan time. Add 8 hours to that. So now they're not going to land until midnight that night in Italy. All because this prick didn't get the food he wanted. And you mean to tell me you wouldn't want to just choke the life out of him and literally kick his ass in?
I think that whatever punishment he's going to get, because it's going to be strict, he's not going to get just a slap on the wrist for doing all of this. That's going to be enough. I don't need to punch the guy. Having said that, keep in mind. You
can understand if other people do, though. You
no,
get it.
I don't condone. But having said that,
I'm
hold
not
on.
saying you condone it. I'm just saying you understand it.
I don't know if I understand, and here's why. And just hear me out. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm happy. Good for you. And I don't know the reasons people are going, whether they're military or if it's a vacation or anything in between. I don't know. But I'm saying you're going to Milan. Your life isn't, you're.
Yeah, but some of those people are going home.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, your life isn't, it's not, you're going to be all right. It sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. It sucks. But nobody got hurt, right? Nobody was poisoned
You really don't put a value on your time. I think you should.
I'm saying I don't. It's not good. Like, that would suck. I said out loud, that would suck. It's not good. But it's stepping back from it, and I wasn't on the plane. I just feel like, am I okay? Did I still get to Milan safely? There was no plane crash. Like, it could have, like, it's not.
And I never understand the airlines, how they don't just do the simple things right. Because all they had to do was, these people aren't going to, that flight's not just going to gas up, turn around, and take back off again. Let the people off. Let them have access to the lounge. It's easy.
Yeah, the lounge thing could have, that's on the airlines.
It's an easy thing but it's 3 a.m. The lounge is probably closed. There's nothing going to be open in the airport. Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so you need to you're right, do the right thing there. Listen, maybe there's rules there we don't know about. Maybe someone who works for the airlines right now is like, we would have, except the rules are, we can't, whatever.
Right. This is not one of those things where I'm saying people should be like, suing the airline or anything like that.
No.
The airline didn't do anything. However, they also tend to just not, and it's not just, in this case, it's American. It's all of them. It's like, for some reason, they just don't know how to do that simple thing right. Like, what would be simple here? The simple thing would be like, yeah, you know what? Have somebody open up that lounge so she can go in, breastfeed her child, and maybe shower and clean up, or let people have access to the facilities that are in there or something like that. That's the easy stuff. And let them all. Did you ever see the movie Airplane?
Like forever ago, but yes.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember really.
There's a scene where, like, he's the neurotic guy, and he's like a former pilot, and the plane's obviously having trouble. The two pilots, passed out and died and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and he's the one who used to be a pilot or something, but he's
and he's super negative.
Yeah.
And at one point, there's a shot of like a line of all the passengers down the, not the hallway, down the the lane there, but they're down the aisle. And who's got baseball bats and fire and all that? Like they're going to kill him.
I don't remember that part.
That was like, this guy would be the reason for stuff like that to happen.
No. And he's wrong, and he needs to be punished, whatever the legalities are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But everybody's safe, and I feel bad for the breastfeeding chick. That sucks. That ain't right.
I would be.
Yeah, you
I would
would
not be good.
But let me ask you this,
Especially, and I'll
JP.
tell you why it would be even worse. Because I would have already been drinking in the airport.
That should be
And
doing
I'm
a
4
good
hours
mood.
into the flight. So now I'm either still drinking, probably not. I'm probably trying to sleep at that point, right? And now I'm either woken up or I'm drunk, and my plans and everything that I have on the other side as far as getting picked up, all the arrangements that were made and
Yeah,
all that
that
kind of
sucks.
stuff.
Yeah.
And how you going to fix that from
Well, it's fixable. The good
33,000
news
feet,
is,
but I can't. Yeah, it's
but what good is all that frustration and that anger sitting on in a metal tube for however many hours it takes to get to Milan? What does that? It does no good to be sitting there
I
angry.
know, but I can't help it.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't help it. That's the immediate response.
Yes, it is.
That's the automatic response. The response is, I need this guy to have pain.
And then, okay, so let's just say in this magical world,
Or-
let's just.
And this is why I also think they should start letting flight attendants have tasers.
No, see, now it's a little, that's.
Why?
It's a bit much. Because these people their job is they're flight attendants. They're to attend the flight. It's not to tase people. And I don't want to be
that's
responsible.
not their job, but they should be able to take it under control. Like in this case where there's no cops, there's no military, there's no marshals.
But tasing
But this
isn't
guy
that.
seriously needs to be.
Not tased.
Yes.
Tased is for like there's violence. Like he's going to.
He is
I guess
being
maybe when
violent.
he got near
rushed
the
past
cockpit.
him, he pushed him out of the way and rushed and tried to get into the goddamn cockpit.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Tase
tasing
that bitch.
No. But let me
Tase
ask you
that
this.
bitch, and then
Yeah.
you take the video of the tasing and you put it on all the video screens.
No, that's not.
So people can watch it on a loop and laugh.
No. Oh my God. Who's laughing at that? I thought you were going to say
How do you not laugh? Did you ever watch somebody get
Yeah,
tased?
it's awful.
the best.
I can't imagine.
It's the best.
What if that
when
were
they
you?
start running after the.
That would
It's
suck.
the best.
I don't know.
It's the best. I could watch taser videos. Watch it, Brian. You watch people get tased?
No, hold on.
Come on, Brian.
It's funny to watch them get tased, I will say.
Thank you.
If I did, it's something on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
But somebody getting tased and the reaction and it's comedy
it's
involved.
Hilarious, yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate your help. See?
You guys have fun watching this. People enjoy people getting hurt. Have fun with that.
No, because if they get tased, they deserve it.
Right.
You know, nobody gets
9
tased
times out of 10.
innocently. That's
9 times out of 10, they deserve it. I saw some guy, he had to be on something. And he's like, he's daring the cops. He's like, come on, tase me, do it. And they're doing it. He's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
What's that?
what is
No.
that cat on?
Insane.
That dude was on something. He's like holding on to this railing. He's like, yeah.
Don't you pee or poop or something because your body?
I don't know, but I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, this guy is on something crazy because I don't care how tough you are. I've seen big, giant men get taken out with a taser and they just drop to the floor. The best is when they're running and they get tased and then they just fall face first and they don't even put their arms out.
That's sad. Don't you feel
Those are
that?
the best.
At any point in time, do you ever think, if that were me, what if that were me?
It wouldn't be me.
I know it's not going to be, and it's not going to be me either. But if it were me, that would suck so bad. And that's where I'm like, I don't think that's funny.
Yeah, so don't let it be you. You got nothing to worry about. But if you would have seen this, I wish I could find the video. It's like, yeah, give it to me. Come on, tase me. And I'm like, and his eyes are wide open and he's looking all crazy. And you can even see the cop. The cop's like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah, it's like a lot. That was him trying not to get tased by saying tase me. I don't know. Listen, I don't like any of that.
I think it depends on someone's threshold for pain.
Yeah, but tasing is a whole.
Yeah, this
like,
was
that's
next
not,
level, dude. He's like, damn it, come on, do it, tase me. And then you can hear the taser going off. He's like he's feeding off of the electrical current that's going through. He's like, yeah.
That's stressing me out.
It was wild.
Oh, God.
It was wild. 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Did you miss the Mike Calta show today?
It is just
very frustrating. And
Yeah.
right now, there's a lot of other things going on.
Oh, no. We didn't want this. What'd you do, Mike?
Come on.
What did you do?
It's just a lot.
Why you make her cry?
You 100%.
Me? How did I make her cry?
You
I was trying to-
why is Carmen miserable?
Yeah.
Listen to the Mike Calta Show every weekday morning at 6 a.m. on The Bone.
Or anytime with the full show replay.
On the free 102.5 The Bone app.
Metallica's No Repeat M72 Tour invades Raymond James Stadium June 6th and 8th. 2 shows, no repeats. Catch Metallica with Limp Bizkit and Ice Nine Kills on Friday night, and then Sunday night with Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies. Metallica, no repeat weekend. Win tickets at theboneonline.com.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
At Cadence Bank, we believe the future comes in many shapes. Every day is a new beginning, a chance to imagine new possibilities or get to work building them. There's opportunity here. Find a branch near you at cadencebank.com. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
It's win big or go home in the NBA playoffs at Hard Rock Bet, but not for new customers. New signups get bonus bets up to $100 if their first bet doesn't win. And if you're ready to make every point count, get on Hard Rock Bet right now. You can bet on rebounds, assists, and more. And what about every goal, shot, and save? No matter which sport you prefer, Hard Rock Bet makes it easy to bet on the playoffs in just a few easy taps. All you need to do is download the Hard Rock Bet app or simply go to hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 888-ADMINUTE.
Memorial Day savings all month long at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with 0 down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new Terra-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All backed by owner assurance. America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36-month lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
John Senning from Drew Garabo live here for Tiza Energy, the pouch that is pretty much fueling the bone at this point. I know Carmen from the Mike Calta Show loves it. She's giving it to all the boys. It gives you great focused energy that lasts all day. And if you're trying to beat a habit, whether you're dipping, vaping, smoking, even if you want to stay away from the snacks, pop in a Tiza when you get those cravings. You've got tons of flavors. You got spicy, you got fruity, you got minty. There is something for everybody. You can stock up at TizaEnergy.com. Use our code BONE20. That's going to get you 20% off everything in the online store. You can find them in 7-Elevens all over the Tampa Bay area. And make sure you check out that store locator on their website because, spoiler alert, Tiza is now available in Walmarts all across the country. Do not hesitate. Try the pouch that's sweeping the nation today. Tiza Energy. Why spit when you can swallow? Oh.
Our annual Memorial Day Sales Marathon is on now at every Crown Automotive dealership.
Now is positively the best time to buy or lease that new car, truck, or SUV.
New models are in stock and available for delivery today. Or shop Crown's massive selection of pre-owns, all with special Memorial Day weekend offers.
The Crown countdown clock is ticking.
Today is the last day. Get to the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice now. The better way to buy and service.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide.
based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Are you over 50 and constantly feeling tired, bloated, or just a little off? Don't ignore it. Those could be signs that your liver is crying for help. As we age, our liver, which is essential for metabolism, digestion, immunity, and detoxification, needs extra support and protection. If neglected, it can leave you feeling sluggish and constantly off your game. That's where Active Liver from New Nordic comes in. Available in easy-to-take tablets or delicious gummies, Active Liver combines powerful natural ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract to help support healthy liver function. With Active Liver, you're giving your body an essential daily defense against toxins from alcohol, fatty foods, and sweets, helping you reclaim your energy, improve digestion, lose the bloat, and strengthen your immunity so you can look and feel your best again. Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to JP.
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go. Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you
Bone, Real Raw Radios. Thank you for joining us. Happy to have you here at JP on your radio on Twitter and on Instagram. Good morning to Monifa and to Dizzy. How you both doing today?
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're in a good mood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why are you so jolly? Why are you so jolly? Something good happened? Did you get felt up or something?
No. But you know what's funny is I was... For some reason, I was super tired this morning. I have no idea why. I went into JoJo's office to get a Diet Coke because she's got a secret stash in there, and I needed the caffeine. And next thing you know, we're just chatting, and Ian's in there, and Johnny B goes. I don't know. It just ended up being a fun little. It woke me up. So
Snapped you right out of it?
Yep. Now you're stuck with me. I'm all hepped up on goofballs.
It's funny. We just before I said, did you get felt up? And both. Why is it that both Dizzy and I are more vested in you getting felt up than you are in getting felt up?
You absolutely are.
We really are. I feel like it's almost like climbing Everest.
We talked about that a little bit in there with Ian, and because he was seeing what he's looking for or whatever. And I said, well, it's funny if I say this exact same thing, I'm being too picky. I just know what I want, and I'm very vocal about what I want, and I'm being
but he'll get laid just to get laid too.
Yeah.
Therein lies the difference.
But I don't need that. I mean,
it's what he's looking for in a relationship.
He didn't want a relationship.
But if somebody's going to throw some ass at him, my man's going to take it.
I don't know. I can't speak for him.
You want to bet?
I don't know.
I'll speak for his ass.
He did. But then when I said that I get called picky, he said, you are. And I'm like, oh.
See what I'm saying?
I'm like, I don't know.
It's not just me.
Yeah, whatever. I
we
like
just
what
want
I
you
like.
To find some love.
What about some fun? I just want to find fun.
Fun. Join a runners club.
It's too summery for that.
You could it's already 80 degrees, so we don't run anymore.
It's literally getting hotter by the day. That's the whole. It's gonna be 90 something for Easter. What? What?
I love that though. I moved here, we moved here for that, our family.
Let's drag it out a little. Let's drag a little. I get it. I'm actually kind of prepared. It's April. We
could be living in crappy New York where it's all cold all the time.
Someone said it snowed yesterday or something.
No, not here. Maybe
in Syracuse.
Maybe Syracuse might have got it. Yeah, it's been cold, man.
What do you mean snow? It's April. Let's move on.
40. I think it's 49 today.
I'm not doing that,
dude. It sucks.
Yeah, sorry about your luck. Sorry about our
It's
son.
supposed to hit a whopping 71 on 71 on Saturday. That's the big day.
Oh,
that's cold.
Right. Saturday's going to be 71.
That's our low.
Break out the bathing suits.
I know.
71.
I think that's our low on Saturday. It's going to be the overnight with my windows open.
Do not miss Canada for that exact reason. The cold.
How did your family go from Trinidad to Canada?
It was my...
Right? Is that they were... your parents are from Trinidad?
Yeah.
So they're first generation here?
Yeah. My pops was playing like I think it was called NASL at the time or whatever.
Oh yeah, get out of here. He was playing for who?
It was like a team in Ottawa or something. It was like one team in Canada.
No, there was Vancouver.
Maybe it was Vancouver.
The Vancouver
then, yeah.
Whitecaps.
Was it the Vancouver Whitecaps back then still?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Whitecaps, I love it.
Yes, it was. I believe, if I remember correctly, I watched the New York Cosmos play the Vancouver Whitecaps for the they called the NASL championship was called the Soccer Bowl.
The Soccer Bowl.
True story.
I love how you can remember the white caps or snow caps or whatever you're saying, but you can't remember what you had for lunch yesterday.
Ready for this, Monica? There was the Vancouver Whitecaps. There was the New York Cosmos. There was the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Oh, that was that? I love the Rowdies.
Fort Lauderdale Strikers.
I remember
this
that.
Is the NASL stuff.
You're saying that like I know the difference between that and anything else.
NASL is basically what
North
the MLS
America.
is now.
What's the difference between them? Okay.
They were there first. It was a North
Right.
American soccer league,
It was
right?
It was the first big professional league, and it drew. Like we would go to Giant Stadium, and when those playoffs, it was 70,000.
Yeah, they had some of the biggest players like Beckenbauer and stuff.
We had
and Pele,
Beckenbauer,
yeah.
Giorgio Canaglia. We had Pele.
These
we
are
had
like big
Shep
names
Messing.
of
Who
football.
was the guy on the Rowdies with
Correct.
the big hair? Remember him?
That was my friend's dad, Carlos Valderrama.
Valderrama. That's who it was. Yeah, I liked
You were
him.
friends with Valderrama's kid?
Grew up with him. He played on my team. He lived across the street from me.
Get out of here. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think I
Guy
told
had
you
the
this.
greatest hair in Colombia.
Yeah, I think I told you this. They had a 30 for 30 on the two Escobars. The one who let the own goal in, and then Pablo Escobar, no relation, who
Right.
used to basically fund the Colombian national team and fly them to his compound to train.
Right.
In the
But
30 for 30, there's a scene where Carlos Valderrama is holding a baby and he's next to Pablo Escobar, and that's my boy. That's my boy Kenny.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
He was right next to Escobar.
That's awesome.
In that 30 for 30 where you said there's the one that let in the own goal.
Yeah.
They killed that guy on the tarmac, didn't they?
No, they killed him. So when they came back, I think they came back. Yeah, they came back, and they all were going out, and they're like, "Don't go out tonight." And he's like, "I gotta go out. I gotta kind of face the music, and show people that like I'm owning my mistake." They murdered him.
Yeah, I
But
thought they
then-
killed him I thought they killed him like right on the tarmac.
No, they got killed like outside of a club or something like that. But those guys, they were found within like 2 hours, and they were found in like a what's it called, like a big trash can, not a trash can. What am I?
The guys that killed him were found?
Yeah,
like a barrel?
Barrel, thank you. Their body parts were just in the barrels.
The 55-gallon drum?
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy. Like I never knew all of that until I watched the 30 for 30 and saw. I was like, it's Kenny next to Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places where I would love to go see a game. I would like to go to. I would love to see a Serie A game. I want to go see Christian Pulisic play up at AC Milan. I'd like to see that.
You better be throwing the Rowdies in there somewhere because that's an awesome venue. It's an awesome time.
But the level is so low.
Ew.
It's like
it is.
It's
But
just.
if you're a soccer fan,
I understand.
and you
but
like Tampa.
But he's talking about bucket lists more.
I'm talking about trips like to where soccer is huge and they're waving flags and they're killing
Smoke
people if they let the ball in.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
What's the name of that section that they have here at the Rowdies? It's the people they have. It's
Nothing compared to the
it's a whole-
hooligans over there in Europe.
Yeah. And I'd like to go to a game in South America. I would like to go to
Let me ask you this:
maybe an Argentina game or something.
You watch it and you know the names of and you remember all this. I keep saying snow cap, but that's a candy. Like the
White Caps
and all of that.
Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah, you know all that, but you won't watch the UFL.
No. I don't watch that now.
I don't even understand what the comparison
I'm
is.
saying there's minor there's random teams that who knows who they are or whatever, and you watch them, but you won't watch UFL, which is like a national thing.
Right now, comparably, so when he watched it, because I wasn't really born and stuff, the NASL, that was the level of MLS. That was still high up. That was the highest over here. Now, it's like basically semi-pro here. And I'm not watching that. Like, I'll go to a Rowdies game, but like,
it's
a lot of variables have to happen. I have to have free tickets. I have to have time. You know what I mean? Because the level is lower than what I'm used to.
I guess that's where I'm confused because I guess I'll bring up the UFL again. Is like I love football, so I don't look at it levels. I like college. College is a lower level, but I love that. I like the UFL. I liked the XFL.
I mean, there's a top like England, Italy, France, Germany, Spain. Those are the top leagues. But I'll still go watch like a Dutch league game or
I'll watch a game on TV.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. If there's nothing else on, I'll just watch soccer to watch soccer.
Yeah,
I think that's what that's where I'm at. I'll watch football to watch football. It's the USL.
There was a Toronto team. It was where is it? The Toronto. Ah, damn it! Here it is. Hold on. There was a lot of teams. Toronto had that's right, the San Jose Earthquakes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The San Jose Earthquakes.
See, now, why do I want to watch all of these games? I don't know. It seems cool.
Yeah, no, it was fun times, man. I was little. There was one of those moments when the Toronto Blizzard.
Oh, yes. That was it. Yeah, because he has I do have the jersey.
There was the Buffalo Blizzard soccer team before. That's interesting. This is forever ago.
There was a DC team that was the Diplomats, the Minnesota Kickers.
That's a dumb name.
I know. I think the LA Aztecs was a team too.
They had Buffalo as the city. They nominate and then vote on team names. Buffalo Blizzard, and that's how they came up with that. I wonder if the Kickers. I wonder if half of these names, like the Snowcaps. I wonder if any of them were
Whitecaps.
Oh, I'm sorry, Whitecaps. My bad. I love Snowcaps. My bad.
The Vancouver Snickers.
Right.
Hey, Snowcaps are good. But I wonder if that's what they had because it's always a weird. It always feels like, are they really voting? Is this name already picked and we're just pretending that names were nominated and voted on? I don't know. That's always weird to me. But some of these names like Kickers, I feel like, yeah.
He only played like 2 games.
The Seattle Sounders were in the NASL as well in the beginning.
What's a sounder? I gotta know what a sounder.
I guess the sound is a body of water off of Seattle.
Sounders.
I forgot the name of it. They called them the Sounders. Yeah, man. It was fun times. I had that moment, when you're a little kid, and I went to a soccer game before I ever went to any other game, like a baseball game or anything. And I remember, there's in the old Giant Stadium, like we were sitting in the cheap seats, and then there's a long escalator that takes you all the way like to the top tier.
Yeah.
And I remember just coming off the escalator, walking out and just seeing the field. And as like a 5-year-old kid who soccer was everything to me at 5 years old,
Yeah.
Like that was it. That was it. My eyes were just boom. My eyes were just wide open. Like this is the greatest thing. Do you ever remember that scene in Rudy when the father finally got to go to a game at Notre Dame? This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen. It was like that. It was like that moment. And your eyes
better
just
moment.
like
That
boom.
or the first time you saw a pair of boobs.
Boobs.
Hey, you were just going on and on and on about how unbelievable
Boobs
it
are
was.
awesome.
Boobs are great.
They're just
They're
boobs.
so awesome.
That was an experience.
Great.
Wow. Okay.
They are so great.
All right.
My
They
friend
really are. To this day, still good.
Yeah, that's
Still
true.
great.
Hasn't lost his flair at all.
Right.
It's got better. If anything, the stock went up for me.
I'm still buying.
My boy, I played at a high level here, but I, obviously for what you found out, I stopped playing and stuff.
Yeah.
My boy actually made it to the MLS and he played college. Yeah, and he had a good run.
Valderrama's kid?
No, not him. This is another friend I had. His name was Jeremy Hall. He won Maryland's NCAA. They won and they faced my other friend's team, and I was like, oh, that could have been. He went all around the MLS. He played with Henry, and then he came to Toronto, and I was living there at the time, and it was awesome. I get to go to the games and all this. But what was really dope was he was at the time playing with Josie Altidore and Michael Bradley.
Okay.
And they remembered me because when we played in high school, they played for IMG, and the team I played for beat them. And I scored a header past Josie Altidore, who's a tall kid, but he didn't jump for the ball because he thought, oh, this little small kid's not going to jump or nothing. And I jumped and passed him and headed the goal, and we won. And they're like, you're the kid. You never grew. I'm like, yeah, I never grew, dog. Still headed over you, dog. But,
Yeah.
So it was a cool, full circle moment because I was like, oh.
Is Valderrama still in the area?
Yeah. He moved, the dad or?
Yeah, the father.
No, he's living like a king in Colombia.
He's back in Colombia?
Yeah.
Has he still got the giant afro? Monica, Google image, Carlos Valderrama. Wait till you see that hair.
I will. Oh, no, that was one thing I remembered. Valderrama.
He would come to our games. No one's watching the game. They're all trying to get autographs from him. So he kind of would not come just because he didn't want his son to not have attention. People are all going to be watching your dad, and
it's the 1-2 punch with the mustache too. It's like the hair, and then you have the porn stash. That's
he was called the Kid, LP Bay.
His son was?
No, that's what Valderrama's nickname was. LP Bay, the Kid. Yeah.
Rowdy's had a thing one night when we first moved here. This is in 1999. We had just moved here, like maybe 2 months. And my ex was big into soccer. Like he was setting his alarm to get up to watch the 3 a.m. Like he loves soccer. Anyway, so he was all excited about this because, they don't have that in Buffalo. So they had this night. Rowdy's had this thing where you could go on the field after the game, and and the players were there and whatever. And so I have a picture of myself on the field for that. I should post that for Throwback Thursday. Anyway, and so then they were like lined up. We didn't get one individually with this guy or whatever, but he was there, and it was nice.
He barely speaks English.
Oh yeah, I didn't talk to him.
In your phone, where you can find a photo of you on the Rowdy's field from 20-something years ago?
Girl, hang on.
I can't find anything on my phone.
But you don't know how to search. Like you don't have to go through each and every one.
Because you know what it is, and this is on me. I take full responsibility. It is a flaw in my humanness. Just give me the phone.
Yeah.
I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, unbox it. I got to make phone calls. I got to text. That's what I need it for. But I don't know. Like, I don't
You're not using, then in my head.
I'm not using this phone for 1% of what it can do.
Exactly. And so in my head, and I know you said this yesterday about your father having 3 flip phones left over in your house. You could literally have a flip phone. You don't
If I didn't have to do if I didn't have to do ABC, A, RST to write to
Oh,
a
like
cat.
the 3-letter? Yeah, no, that's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst. Then something between a flip phone and you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a damn ass iPhone.
100%.
You can get like
I will use this phone until until it stops working. I'm not getting any more phones.
You don't game on it. I'm assuming you don't play video games on it. Do you? Well, you use it for music though,
Social.
don't you?
I use it for music. Well, that's the thing. I use it for music, but I could bring it in and just use it as an iPod.
Yeah, you can stream it. You don't got to download anything, and so you don't need storage for that. Yeah, you could have about a mid-grade. It doesn't have to be the best, but it doesn't have to be a flip.
I could have the lowest phone and be fine. But what happens when I go in there? I'm like, just give me the one with I need because I have thousands of songs on the hard drive of the phone.
Oh.
Because I got sucked into iTunes early on. So when iTunes became a thing, I moved all of my CDs into iTunes.
Hold on. You did that or you paid your son to do it?
I did that.
Oh, wow. You don't have the patience for that.
That was before kids.
Oh, wow.
That was before kids.
iTunes.
And I did all that. And now, they ended up going on a hard drive. I don't even know where that computer is. But now every time you get a new phone, the only songs that come over are the ones that you downloaded from iTunes.
Why don't you just? I know you don't like it.
I don't know, Monica.
Spotify. You don't have to worry about any of that. You have an account, and it goes straight to you.
No.
You open the new account on your new phone, and it's all done.
I'm not paying for music. I have thousands.
You don't pay
of songs.
for it. It's you can get the free one. You'll just have to listen to commercials every half an hour, and it's like a minute and a half of commercials every half an hour, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Can't you just write it off?
I'll give you the W on that.
That's true.
I write it off on my taxes.
It's $11.99 for Spotify for the year, unless you get a family one or whatever. So whatever 12 times 12 is 144.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. You've thrown money at way lesser problems, sir.
It's a work expense for me.
It's not because I don't look at it as a problem. I don't think about it, to be quite honest with you. I don't really think about it all that often. But yes, I can definitely. If they gave me and I sit and scroll on Instagram and that kind of stuff, or
I'm
Facebook.
kind of impressed by that.
You have the basic account, or did you pay for them? Like with the commercials.
I do Couponica. No, I have basic right now because if you wait it out, which is just a few months 2-3 months, then they always offer 3 months for $9.99.
Yeah.
And then and then I'll have to go a month or two with commercials, and then they'll throw me again $9.99.
Just pay the extra $1.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I had the basic one, and this was back when 2020 when I was just dating, and I remember I pulled up to the light listening to music. And the song ended. There was these fine girls next to me. And the commercials come on, they started laughing. I go, gotta get the whole account now. I don't want this to ever happen again.
That is weird.
This is traumatic. Like an audible laugh. I heard it from their side. Oh, God, yeah.
How the hell did we get on the NASL? Oh, because I wanted to know what your parents, how they ended up from going from Trinidad. So was he playing for Toronto or was he playing for Vancouver?
No, I thought it was Toronto. So because I thought it was Ottawa or Toronto. I remember the Blizzard now because I have he has the jersey.
That's
he
cool.
played like 2 games and he got his knee blown out and it was like a career-ending injury.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So thankfully he was good with like numbers.
And you stayed there?
Yeah. Which was
Why?
well, we weren't going to go back to Trinidad, right? So we didn't.
Were you born yet?
When he got injured?
Yeah.
No. No, I wouldn't have been.
And
Or
his
no, I would have been a
Trinidadian-
baby. I would have been a baby, yeah.
And his Trinidadian blood didn't say, get me out of the goddamn cold. I need pineapples and palm trees quick.
I think they were more like enjoying living in a first world type country than a third world. And then don't forget, my mom had left a long time ago because of the murder. Remember I told you that? Her friend got beheaded?
Right.
Yeah. So he was just like, nah, I'm just going to stay and, work here hard. And his dad had already left and lived in New York. He was actually living in New York in Queens, I think, or something like that, with his next family. So
good Greek food in Queens.
Yeah. So when we heard the opportunity to come to Florida, we're like, yeah. Hot weather and beaches, yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
JP 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. I'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The open mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Ray's deals are here, and they're so good, even Raymond is buying. Drive a new Kia Sportage, just $479 per month. Or a new Kia Telluride, just $379 a month. Don't miss out. Claim your Ray's deal today. Sportage, $479 per month. Telluride, $379 a month. At Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service. Call 1-800-371-0942 for complete details.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. You can say goodbye to the stress that comes along with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Bernetti PA. We make it easy. In fact, you can hire us by phone, over the internet, or we'll come to you. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Raise a Big Daddy mug this summer at Hooters. Bud and Bud Light Big Daddies for just $6. Or Mick Ultra for $6.50. Big beers, better deals. Only at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Hey, this is Roger for the amazing Sleep Number Smart Bed. My wife and I, we've had our Sleep Number Smart Bed for over 8 years. My side of the bed, my Sleep Number setting is a 45. On her side of the bed, her Sleep Number setting is a 55. She likes the bed a little more firm than I do. Never slept better. It adjusts while you sleep so you can sleep well uninterrupted. Oh, by the way, over the last month, my average Sleep Number score is an 81. That's amazing. So why should you choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? Well, so you can choose your ideal comfort on either side like we do. It's the only bed that lets you make each side firmer or softer whenever you like your Sleep Number setting. And right now, it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off, limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. In Tampa, 1822 Northwest Shore Boulevard. In Clearwater, at the Countryside Mall on US 19. And in Brandon, at the Brandon Exchange between JCPenney's and the food court. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through May 31st, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Think you're not the suing type? But you weren't at fault. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
John Senning here for Hawkins Service Co. Making the switch to Hawkins is simple and stress-free. With over 30 years of trusted service, Hawkins offers expert HVAC, pool repair, plumbing, and electrical service. One call truly handles it all. Are you ready to beat the heat and the price hikes? Well, now's the time to act. Get up to $1,500 off your complete AC system installation. The offer ends May 31st, so give them a call today at 813-445-8209 or make sure to check them out online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet. Well, we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. So do yourself a favor. Ask the dealer, what is your dealer fee? You have a choice, because at Stingray on I-4 in Plant City, there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back.
There we go. It was bound to happen. There you go.
I covered you. The little board op trip when you dump it. That way there was never any dead air. What are you talking about?
Oh, no?
Yeah, no, I covered you.
Awesome.
I mean, you're welcome and stuff.
Kicking ass at this game.
So hard for you. Got to run your own board, open your own doors.
I don't even know how
Or
I
JP.
work. Sit down and not be
I
levitated.
I had to shake my own pee-pee before when I went potty.
Who used to do it, Roger or Brett?
It's a rough day. Short straw. A dead guy in the envelope is underway. We have a dead woman in the envelope. She was somebody, she was an actress. She was also a singer. I would definitely say you best know her as an actress. She won a bunch of awards, Golden Globes, Daytime Emmys, Primetime Emmys. She's in a Hall of Fame. She's done it all. She's done a lot. Again, 800-771-1025. Let's go with John on line 1. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, is she British?
She was not British. Sorry.
You did say white
Dylan,
American.
line 2. Oh, wait. God damn it. Go ahead. Go ahed, Dylan. Line 2.
Good afternoon, guys. Was she on Three's Company?
No. Ouchie. Brett's right. That was fun. Brian, line 3.
What up, JP? Congrats on the new gig. Love you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Good to hear from you. Happy New
Makes
Year.
me feel like Long Island gets Pantera and we get Damage Plan. Still pretty good. Did she?
And about 6 other people get that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Did she die in the last 20 years?
Yes.
Did she do comedy roles?
Yes.
Did she ever play a mom on TV?
Yes.
Is it Doris Roberts?
Oh.
Suck it, Brian. Bye.
I
That was
thought
quite
for
a little rundown.
sure. Yeah.
Peter on line 4. Go ahead, Peter.
Hey, welcome back, you guys, you rascal. Was she ever on The Cosby Show?
No. She was not on The Cosby Show. Sorry. Let's do Chris, line 5.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Did she play a waitress on TV?
Just kidding. She did.
Oh, you got to understand Fast
That's your
Fingers
fault.
over here.
That
She's
was on
gone.
you, JP.
Yeah.
That
There's no
is
joking
my-
around about that.
That is my fault. That's my fault.
He was gone so fast.
I know. God damn it. All right.
So she did play a waitress, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
she played a
Okay.
waitress. Now I feel bad.
I mean, you should though.
Damn, I know. I know. And we all
Wait,
expect
are we
this,
keeping
right?
a tally? That's number 2. Oh no, wait, that's the third. That's only the third. Listen, it's 12:30.
Well, it's like 1.5.
That kind of counts for 2, but I'm giving you 1.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
his
'cause
name? Sorry, guy.
He was onto it. That's why.
Whatever. Call back. It's not the end of the world.
800-771-1025. Eduardo, line 6. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Eduardo from the Spring Hill Steakhouse. We had the bean counters in here. We had to lay off everybody at the massage parlor.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I miss Roger.
no.
Hey, did she die in the last 5 years?
Yes.
Did she die in the last 1 year?
Oh, doctor.
Oh, I know who it is. Was she on a show called Alice?
Oh.
Is it Peter Boyle?
Well.
That's fantastic. Well done, Eduardo.
Hook it up.
Tom on line 7.
Okay, so I'll ask the question because I have to. Did she work with 2 other waitresses? Flo and Vera.
Yes.
Is it Linda Lavin?
Linda Lavin is the dead woman in the envelope.
Ooh, that went well.
Good job, my man. Good job. Congratulations.
How did you think to yourself, I'm going to joke around and say no? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did you even?
I didn't mean to joke around and say no. I screwed up. I just hit the wrong button.
Oh.
I hit the buzzer instead of the thing.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
you fed off of that.
Okay, yeah, I thought I really made it something it wasn't. But at the same time,
Trust me, as much as I would like to deflect and blame you for this.
What did I do?
Because you have a history of doing it.
I do.
You have a history
It is
of hanging
me.
up on people too.
But since I have a history, you need to compensate for that and understand there can be no.
Big thanks to
It hurts.
Mark Spain Real Estate again for sponsoring Dead Guy in the Envelope. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
So Linda Lavin is the first.
Yeah, she just died.
Yeah, she did. And can I just tell you, I wondered why. I was watching football. I think I was watching a bowl game or something. And on that Me TV situation, they had a whole, like literally all day long was Alice, and I didn't understand why until right now. That's exactly why. She's dead.
She did. Hey, Diz, what's this story that you were telling me before? We didn't get a chance. It was like right before the show started. The Skip Bayless thing. What's he in trouble for?
Oh, yeah. There's so basically there's like a person who's in charge of like the hair and makeup and all them. She's actually placing them all in a case. So when I say all, it's like him, basically the program director of the show, and then
when he was at ESPN or on Fox?
On Fox.
Okay.
Fox. And then Joy Taylor. They're all being involved in this like big scandal, I guess you could call it, of a sexual harassment lawsuit. And when you look into the filings that she made in the court, they're pretty interesting because it's down to things of like Joy Taylor kind of ignoring the girl coming forward and telling her these things, and she just saying like, oh, that's just kind of how the industry is. Grow up, get over it type thing. And then like Skip Bayless.
So she thought she was going to go to the woman, and it was going to be like a kindred spirit, and she was going to help her get through this and be a rock for her, and she just turned her back on her.
Yeah, well, apparently she was also like involved in a lot of it. Like she was with the president of the content, and having their little side thing. And according to the girl, allegedly, Joy Taylor said that like, oh, I'm just going to use the president of content until he runs his course and I get to where I need to, and then I'm going to accuse him of sexual assault. And all along this time as well, the Joy Taylor girl was also messing with one of the analysts who was married behind the scenes and stuff. It's a really messy situation. And
that's a documentary.
Yeah, and Skip offered to pay $1.5 million for the girl to cheat. And the girl's like, I'm married. And he's like, yeah, but aren't you Muslim? And like Muslim people have like 5-6 wives. What's the big deal? Like, it's
Wait a second. He offered her $1.5 million to bang him?
Yeah.
$1.5 million? How hot is she?
That's what I was thinking. Like, how hard? You got to be like Beyonce level to get that offer. You know what I mean? Because, like, why wouldn't he just go to a hooker and pay, like, like a very small percentile of that.
Yeah. But by the way, with the Beyonce thing, what was with that like Super Bowl type halftime show?
Oh,
during the Christmas game.
Yeah, that was boring. I don't get it. With the whole country
Did you
music.
see the
she's
daughter?
doing. Blue Ivy, yeah, she came out with her. She's like one of her dancers now, right?
Yeah, she got no rhythm.
Yeah, she doesn't. For someone
no
whose
rhythm.
mom's Beyonce, you'd think she would have a little bit of rhythm.
Yeah.
It's not
Don't get
hereditary,
mad, Monica.
apparently.
You don't even like Beyonce all that much, Monica. Don't get mad. I smell it.
I didn't say I don't like Beyonce. I like Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a little overrated.
You know. You think she's involved with all this stuff?
I think we will be surprised of all the people that are involved. I'm not saying they're all out there like diddling kids, but I think they were aware of people getting into like, sketchy stuff and didn't say anything, which makes them, just as bad.
Right.
And that's what I think it comes down to. And that's why I'm interested in the Peacock thing, because apparently Diddy had came out and said like he's really pissed off that they went to all these other people that are going to basically exposed everyone that's in the party, and he's like before they have a fair trial, that he's mad that this documentary is going to paint them in a way before trials and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of documentaries, they got this Luigi Mangione, the dude that shot the guy, the dude that killed the healthcare CEO guy. Like, how does TMZ get a documentary on that guy? What was it, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
4 weeks ago? And they have a documentary ready to roll tonight at 8 o'clock?
well, TMZ was the first one to drop a Diddy documentary too.
Yeah, how do they do that?
I don't know. I didn't even know like before they go
How
to
do
court.
they do
and stuff.
that and run it by legal and make sure that they're able to say the stuff that they're about to say in such a short amount of time?
It's TMZ. They got the legal. They're not going to, you know what I mean? They're not like some startups. They got legal people.
I know they have it, but it's like, how do they turn this thing around so quickly?
All those people that are like hiding in bushes and stuff, they had to come in one day and do all the research and figure it all out, and then they had to send it to it's possible.
I guess so.
I imagine they just put one little blurb in the beginning. This is all alleged,
Right.
But here's our views.
They paid a lawyer $5 million. What should we do? Just put an allegedly in front of it. You're good.
JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. I'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Guys with ponytails, girls that think they're models, people that don't know how to Google something, and of course, ventriloquists. No one is safe when it comes to an open letter from Galvin.
Seriously?
Hear a brand new open letter from Galvin live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on The Mike Calta Show. And go check out all the past open letters from Galvin at theboneonline.com. Sponsored by Zero Res. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Hey, this is Roger for the amazing Sleep Number Smart Bed. My wife and I, we've had our Sleep Number Smart Bed for over 8 years. My side of the bed, my Sleep Number setting is a 45. On her side of the bed, her Sleep Number setting is a 55. She likes the bed a little more firm than I do. Never slept better. It adjusts while you sleep so you can sleep well uninterrupted. Oh, by the way, over the last month, my average Sleep Number score is an 81. That's amazing. So why should you choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? Well, so you can choose your ideal comfort on either side like we do. It's the only bed that lets you make each side firmer or softer whenever you like your Sleep Number setting. And right now, it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off limited time exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. In Tampa, 1822 Northwest Shore Boulevard. In Clearwater at the Countryside Mall on US 19. And in Brandon at the Brandon Exchange between JCPenney's and the food court. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
If you've been hurt in an accident, Bernetti PA is here with a quick response. One call and we're on it. It's fast, easy, and focused on you. Quick action, real results. Bernetti PA, we're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Our annual Memorial Day Sales Marathon is on now at every Crown Automotive dealership.
Now is positively the best time to buy or lease that new car, truck, or SUV.
New models are in stock and available for delivery today. Or shop Crown's massive selection of pre-owns, all with special Memorial Day weekend offers.
The Crown countdown clock is ticking.
Today is the last day. Get to the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice now. The better way to buy and service.
Get rid of that musty, dusty smell in your home with the help from the Zero Res Air Duct experts. Mention me, Galvin, and get $50 off your next air duct cleaning. Just use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Take advantage of the Employee Pricing Plus event at Cherry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We'll double your down payment on a new ride up to $10,000. And your first 3 payments are on us at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S. Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at cherryohm.com. Call 1-800-210-6286 for complete details.
This is a cat named Mo for Crunch Fitness. This Memorial Day weekend, you can join for only $1. Get 30 days free going on May 23rd through the 31st only. You go to crunch.com and enter the code HERO, and memberships will start at $9.99 a month. It's time to be your hero with world-famous group fitness classes and all the strength and cardio equipment you need at more than 500 locations nationwide. This Memorial Day weekend, join for only $1. You get 30 days free. It's the 23rd through the 31st only. Go to crunch.com and enter the code HERO. Time to get crunched. Offer ends 5/31.
Quitting tobacco is hard. But it's also hard to deal with a cough that won't go away and thinking it's lung cancer, or feeling your heart race after a walk and wondering if it's a heart attack, or telling your family you may not be around to see your next birthday.
Quitting tobacco is hard, but the consequences are even harder. Tobacco Free Florida has free resources to help you stay smoke-free. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now. Or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Memorial Day weekend is a great time to relax, barbecue, and hang out by the pool and drink a few Bud Lights. God knows we need that now more than ever. But remember what Memorial Day is all about. Americans, braver than we'll ever be, paying the ultimate sacrifice. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend from 102.5 The Bone. And now, back to JP.
It's JP, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Yesterday, on my way home, I saw a dead body in the street.
Shuddy.
Yeah.
New York, baby.
Well, I guess I had gotten to the accident. The accident was on the other side of the highway that I'm on. So I was heading eastbound, and the accident was in the westbound lane, and it must have just, the cops and stuff must have just gotten there because the body wasn't covered.
Ugh.
So all you saw was...
You saw. Ew.
All I saw was this corpse, this lifeless lump. And it took me a second. I've never, outside of a funeral or a wake, outside of a casket, I've never seen a dead body before.
In my head, it's all twisted in a weird, unnatural shape. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you even look twice over it. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. Like, it wasn't like, face down, arms out, like the perfect chalk line or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, this thing was just this dude, this poor person. And it turned out it was a tow truck driver who had gotten the car on the tow truck and was just coming back around to get back in the car, and he got hit. Simple as that. And he got hit. I didn't find out about it until this morning, but I'll tell you, man.
That's sad.
It was, yes, and it was very strange. Like, all of a sudden, I had this kind of, it's going to sound weird, but like this kind of feeling came over me. Like
peaceful
what
or
that
scary
really was. That was somebody who 1 second was full of life at work doing their job, and then a second later is lifeless in the middle of a highway, and people are just trying not to run them over.
You have a new respect for life.
I definitely did in that moment, because it made me think about how quickly it could all go.
100%. Absolutely, 100%. I think that more often, I'm not constantly thinking about death, but that's why I am a lot of times the way I am, because you just don't know.
What do you mean about yo?
I'm not gonna sweat the tiny things. You know, I'm not. You just don't know. I'm also terrified to leave the house, like especially right now, because there's cat toys all over the floor. And if something happened to me and someone came into my house and they saw "Oh, she looks like a slob," like that famous couple that just passed away, I'm like, oh, she's a, you're a hoarder. Yeah, because like my laundry basket is full, and you know what I mean. I don't like. That's a weird fear of mine, but
yeah. And I'm like, and I didn't put two and two together. I didn't find out that it was the tow truck guy until this morning when it was on the news. Yeah.
But did you call? Who? Oh, the police were. Yeah, you said the police were there.
The police were already there. So traffic was already starting to back up. Yeah. And then as I drove further east, cops' sirens like vroom, vroom, like just flying, flying by. I'm like, okay, obviously I was right. That body was dead. It wasn't just somebody because there was nobody. It was just a corpse laying there. Like nobody was around it, giving it attention.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like there was.
That's why they're getting there. So they have to get there fast so that all of that gets taken care of so that someone else doesn't come up and see what you saw.
Because when we came in this morning, Raj had said to me, he goes, did you see there was an accident on Sunrise Highway? And I said, yeah. I said, I saw the body. He's like, oh, you saw it covered up? I go, no. I saw the body. He's like, what do you mean? And he told me what time it happened. I was like, well, here's what time I left the other show. And on my way home, boom. And there it was, just this lifeless lump sitting there in the middle of a highway.
So now does that change you?
No, it doesn't change me, but I thought about that the entire ride home as I'm alone in my car. Sure. You know, once I get home and the kids are there and I need to do this, I need to do that. I got a guy coming to give me an estimate for this. And, you know, the hell
You're alive. Ding.
Was this a segue into Dead Guy?
No.
Was he on the highway?
We got 45. Did he fall off of a tow truck? No, but I was focused on it my whole way home, how that guy just went from 1 second doing his job to dead.
Yeah.
And is that how I want to go out?
Nobody wants to, no.
Dying at work? Nope.
Nah.
Well, you know what? I've worked with people who, I know the one guy had a heart attack while he was on the air. Like he was talking, and you know, during his talk break. It's a music station, so he wasn't going on forever or anything. But he started to, you know, feel the symptoms, and then he got off the mic real quick or whatever, and this is the middle of a show. And, you know, he obviously went to the hospital, and someone had to come in and fill in for him. But he didn't die. He's fine.
Oh, he had a stroke?
No, he just had a mini heart attack or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he came back. He didn't come back for a few days, but
I tell you what, nobody who's had the heart attack will say it's a mini heart attack.
Yeah. Oh, no, he was. I felt bad for him. That's scary.
You know, that's got to be scary.
I almost choked on a shift. Same station. Maybe it's a bad luck station. But I was literally couldn't. You know how like my airway was stopped. Put it that way. Like there was no breathing in. There was no breathing out. It was, and I knew it. And then that thought process is in my head. Like I'm not breathing. Like you know, it starts to like. And I'm like, don't. And then I was like, don't panic because if you know, like all it.
Not panic
because you can't because it's going to make it worse. So I forced myself because there was that instant like, oh my God, what? And then I was like, don't panic. And I was like, just be slow and calm. And somehow, some way, between my calming down and the producer guy came over and kind of slapped me on the back a little bit.
Like, hey, get back to work.
Yeah. No, but he knew. Well, he was saying, I felt bad for him because he was like, are you okay? And I was kind of laughing because I was eating a sub and he was like, you okay? And I go, yeah, and then I realized, and he's like, are you okay? And I said, no. And he goes, and he looks over at the other guy and they're like, I know, like, what do we do? And nobody knew what to do. And then he was kind of like patting me. And then I think I calmed down. I remember the tiniest little pinhole of air came through after nothing coming through. And I'm like, relax more, relax.
Okay.
I just relaxed my throat and just relaxed myself. And then I was like, just even a little bit of air was just like heaven. And then it all, yeah. Ugh,
If he's giving you the Heimlich, right? And then all of a sudden it's out and you're breathing again. But some reason he still has his hands like right under your boobs and he's like pulling you into his pecker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ramming his,
I can breathe him out. We don't want to. We're not too sure yet.
He bends me over the console. Can't be too safe.
If I die, I don't want it to be anything people will be like, what was he doing that for? Like swimming with sharks, or like a hot air balloon. And I don't want them to be like, what was he in a hot air balloon?
Or what do you call it? Skydiving?
Skydiving, yeah. Well,
yeah.
White activities.
I don't want it to. Yeah, and I understand what you're saying there. I yes and no. Like, I don't mind if it's like, you're scuba diving or whatever it is. But if like you decide you're gonna go diving with great whites and that's how you go out, there's not gonna be too much sympathy for you.
Exactly. They're like
I watched some guy that he was diving in a shark cage. And they're like trying to get the great white to the cage.
Nope.
And just like in Jaws, that shark mangled that cage and ended up in the cage.
Oh.
And the diver just like kind of sunk to the bottom of the cage until the shark, because now the shark's just flailing along because he's scared.
Yeah.
Right? So and then he got himself out. And they're like, bring it up. And they're like cranking and to bring this whole thing up. And the guy just was able to get up out of the cage and got back on the boat.
Entertainment and information when you need it. That is Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The open mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. The Bone bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Just listen for the Bone bonus keyword at 8, 10, noon, 2, and 5. Head over to the free 102.5 The Bone app and enter the keyword for your chance to win $1,000. It's the Bone bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone bonus is back. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You could win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster to enter.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here.
Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live-teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be. Skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. Say goodbye to the stress that comes with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. If you're thinking about selling your home, you can receive an all-cash guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Listen to what that client Tyra had to say, quote, thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, our home had several cash offers within 24 hours of being on the market, and we closed in less than a month. With their guidance, the transaction was more seamless than we could have ever hoped, end quote. Selling your home is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make, so who you work with matters. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me. Your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television for going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included. Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Bay Area, Randy here. During the Summer Starts Here sales event now through Memorial Day, we've got nearly 1,000 RAV4s, Tundras, I'm looking at Tacomas, Camrys, Corollas. Select new models with smoking hot prices and low leases available. Plus, it costs less to own a new Toyota with 4-year maintenance included. Get to Sun Toyota before Memorial Day, because when you make it Sun Toyota, we make it happen. Call 800-369-3367 for more details.
Sun Toyota.
This Saturday, May 31st, join Shark Coast Tactical for Daniel Defense Day. There'll be great deals on everything Daniel Defense, the premier AR manufacturer in the country. Shark Coast has the most inventory, and their crew will be in the shop to answer all your questions. And for the event, Daniel Defense is collaborating on a special Shark Coast AR only available at Shark Coast Tactical. Daniel Defense ARs, suppressors, and SBRs are the best in the industry, and at Shark Coast, you get your tax stamp in about 3 days. Don't miss Daniel Defense Day at Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, May 31st. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Neutral presents The Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of everything bone. Just for you. July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete.
Friday night is going to be hosted by me, John Senning, and we'll feature a live performance from my friends Matt and Zach, who will set the perfect beachside vibe as we roast a pig and party all night long. Make your plans now.
Saturday is all about the party. Pool party, games, the Bone broadcasting live, and more. Saturday night, my band Pitbull Toddler hits the stage. The night continues after with the late night pool party and songs by the bonfire. There's so much more that we have planned. We'll be telling you all about it in the coming weeks.
Book your room now by visiting theboneonline.com. And remember, even if you don't get a room, it's free to come party. The Bone Summer Beach Bash kicks off Friday, July 18th at the Sky Beach Resort. Presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
All right, you ready? All right, 1, 2, 3.
It's Senning Show with John Senning on 102.5 The Bone.
There's no need. There's no time to play today. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to show my love and appreciation for Mike Olivero.
Would you run?
Sometimes I find myself just lying awake at night thinking of all of the things Mike Olivero has done for me in my life. I don't know how you know him out there. You may know him as the man who makes this radio station, the promotions department, and everything in between run smoothly. But I know him as a man with a big heart and an even bigger hog. He's given me so much in my life. I only exist out here because of him, really. And without him, I'm nothing. Without Mike Olivero's influence on my life, and let's face it, the fact he hired me has brought me to this very moment right now. And please, if anybody out there ever sees a post from Mike Olivero on Instagram and noticed that I didn't like it, that's not because I didn't really like it. I loved it. Sometimes I feel like a like isn't enough to show how much I really like the content that Mike Olivero is putting online. Dizzy, would you like to say anything about Mike Olivero? You have the floor.
You know, every day when I wake up in the morning, I pray for Mike Olivero first.
Oh, Jumbo.
And then when I go to bed at night, I pray for Mike Olivero's head to rest smoothly. Because he's the type of man